All right, so we are live now. We can start up right away while other members of the panel will join us, other panelists will join us along the line, but we need to start right away. So good evening, everyone. If you're just joining us for the first time, this is GYMHA live Facebook live show. And for those of you who are not very familiar with what GYMHA means, I would like to educate you a little about that. GYMHA is Global Youth Mental Health Awareness, Global Youth Mental Health Awareness Incorporated. So it is an organization that creates awareness globally about mental health among young people, among the youth. And so every 2 weeks, we come here live to talk about some topic that I would believe is very crucial and will be beneficial to young people. We look at how to solve some mental health problems among this generation, the youth, and in order to make more impact and, of course, help the society. So my name is Mary Ozuruonye Agholor. You can also call me Ronye, and I'm your host. I'm your moderator for today's episode of the Facebook Live. I'm Roye. I'm a registered nurse by profession. I'm also a trained media personality. And of course, I'm a show host. I am a radio presenter, media personality, and so many other things. And I am happy to also mention that I am part of GYMHA because I am one of the advisory board members of GYMHA. So I'm very happy to be here on this live show and, of course, to moderate it. So today we'll be discussing Okay, so today we'll be discussing a topic that has to do with giving tips to young people about how they can maintain their mental health. It is tips for dealing with the pressures of college and maintaining mental health. Tips on dealing with pressures of college and maintaining mental health. So we'll be talking about how young people in colleges, in campuses, in higher institutions of learning can maintain their mental health, and of course how they can also deal with the pressures of colleges, because we understand the fact that young people experience a lot of pressure in campuses and colleges, in higher institutions of learning, pressure from their expectations from their academics, pressure from their friends, their peer groups, pressure from the society, and of course pressure of trying to catch up with what their peers are also catching up with. The social media is also there. So many things that young people have to deal with in this generation especially. So today our very knowledgeable panelists, I have two of them live with me already. I can see Lawal Meritifoma there from Nigeria, and I can also see that Patricia has joined us. So I will be throwing these questions to my panelists on the show today, and they will be educating us and giving us more knowledge about the tips that young people can actually make use of, things that will benefit, information that will benefit young people in dealing with pressures of college and maintaining their mental health. So, hello, Patricia. Can you hear me? Hello, Patricia. Are you there with us?
Yes, I'm here with you. Sorry about my camera. We have load shedding, so I'm in the dark. But
hello, Patricia.
Hello, can you hear me? Hello? 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 Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, I can hear you, Ma.
All right, it's okay. I was saying,
All right.
I
So,
I was saying
okay,
sorry.
Patricia, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. I was saying that sorry. I am in the dark, load shedding here in Harare.
It's fine. It's fine. It's so nice to have you this evening. How are you doing today?
I'm I'm fine, and you?
Yes, I'm fine too. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome to the show. And we've started already. Others will join us along the line. So I would like to before I come back to you, Patricia, I'd like to throw my first question to Merit. And she being a young person, I would like to hear from her first. Looking, I would like you to tell us how you think young people can deal with the pressure of college and campuses or higher institutions of learning? How can young people deal with the pressure of college?
Thank you very much for that question. When students begin college, they experience pressure from different sources. The pressures could be from their parents, wanting them to succeed. The pressure could be from their professors, and the pressure could also be from themselves. The pressure of wanting to do well in class, wanting to have a great academic performance. And, even the school environment, the college environment could also sum up to the pressure that young people face in colleges. And this pressure are very, very normal in today's learning environment. It's very normal you encounter pressure because they comes with the dealings of wanting to succeed academically. In as much as it's very normal to pass through this pressure, to experience all this pressure, there are so many tips that you can use to, overcome this pressure, tips to deal with this pressure in college. Number one tip is getting enough sleep.
Mm,
From wanting to succeed academically, from wanting to study, and from wanting to balance your social life in college, you need to get enough sleep. Most people don't know when to take break when necessary. You need to take at least 7 to 8 hours sleep per day. That's in a 24 hours day. You need to get enough sleep. Getting quality sleep differs a variety of health benefits, including it helps you reduce stress. When you get enough sleep, it helps you reduce stress. It also
stress.
improves getting enough sleep helps you to improve your mood. And number two is eat well, eat healthy. Making an effort to eat nutritious meal and avoid eating on the raw. On the raw can help you deal with pressure in colleges. Most times when we pass through pressure in colleges, we tend to, just leave the house and run off to lectures, forgetting to even take our breakfast. Most young people skip meals, skip breakfast, which is not really good for their mental health as well as their physical health. So getting enough sleep, eating well, you have to feed well. And number three is exercise regularly. Most times we underestimate the benefits of exercise. Taking out at least
Size. True.
20 days in a day to exercise will help your body stay active. They could help you, put your body in check and help you to set well for the day. And lastly, I would say don't rely on stimulant, that is substance use. Most young people in colleges tends to, overcome pressure by introducing substance use. Some tends to like take alcohol to overcome the pressures they experience in colleges, which is not good enough. Don't rely on stimulant. And another thing that brings about pressure in colleges, Most young people set high or non-realistic expectation. The goals we set for ourselves, we tend to like want to achieve so many things in a short period of time. We need to be
Right.
sincere to ourselves. We need to, set realistic goals. We need to set time-bound goals. We need to, avoid setting unrealistic expectation for ourselves in order to help us deal with pressure in colleges. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Merit, for that wonderful suggestion and tips you've given us. Thank you. I can see someone dropping something on the screen right now. Abraham Koisang Moketsi says, Hi, be at school at all times, do your work, ask for help if it's in need, make friendship, help each other, used to bullying, smile, do more sports activities, do more poetry, do drama, do comedy, do history, join religion. So many tips there from one of our viewers. Thank you very much for dropping that, Abraham. So, Merit, we have heard everything you've said. Do you actually agree with the submission of Abraham also that making more friends, make friendship, join religion, do drama, poetry, comedy, and the likes? Do you think all this can actually also help?
Yes, very well. We need to finding support in friends help us to deal with pressure in school, in colleges. We need to confide in friends. We need to share our pressures, our problems. They said a problem shared is half solved. So we need to find support
True.
in people. And when you find support in people, you tend to realize that you are not alone. There are other people experiencing the same thing with you. So when you make friendship, when you find support in people, you tend to like help each other deal with this pressure successfully. And when you smile often, just smile always, even when you don't understand why you're smiling. Smiling therapy helps to deal with pressure in colleges, as well as sport activities like Abraham mentioned. Sport activities helps a lot, and you can actually exercise, do poetry. Some people have fun doing poetry, so just have fun doing what you love most. Have fun doing what you love most. You can do drama, do comedy, do history, join volunteer groups, join groups on campus that can help you understand your stressor and help you deal with your pressures in college. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, so I would like to move to Patricia now. I can see you, Patricia. Thank God your video is up now. Can you hear us, please?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, Patricia, would you like to share a little about yourself with us? Just few minutes. Let's know you. We would like to know you more.
All right, it's okay. I'm Ambassador Dr. Patricia Gonde. I am from Zimbabwe. I am the head of academics of primary school here in Zimbabwe. I'm an author, a motivational speaker. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. So, Patricia, we are talking about how youth can deal with the pressure of college, and Merit has been able to give us some tips, which are really very nice and knowledgeable. And from what she has said, she talked about youth engaging in things they love to do, in order to ease the pressure of college. And she also made mention of sleeping, taking enough time to exercise, eating well, and the likes. All these things would help to create balance. But I would like to hear from you, Patricia. What if the school curriculum and the activities for academics in the school does not give room for extracurricular activities that we've mentioned so far? So what if the student is actually in a tight corner and cannot really make out time to have enough sleep, take enough exercise, eat well, do comedy, drama, or poetry, or this other thing. So what are the other ways you believe a student can actually maintain mental health and deal with the pressure of college?
Okay, thank you so much for the question. I think our students are facing a lot of pressure. Maybe if we talk about the sources of pressure, pressure from the home, we are pressurizing them that we want good grades. At school, also teachers, as teachers, we pressurize them that we are looking at good behavior, we are looking at good grades, we are looking at peer pressure as well, that if you don't do this, you are not going to be my friend. Academic pressure, they also want to do well in life. So there are a lot of many pressures that they face in this world. But I would just like to say that to advise students who are here today that sometimes they should know that pressure is normal and sometimes it can be motivating, but if you feel you have too much pressure, it can be harmful to your mental and physical health. We have seen some students who have even committed suicide. Some of them, their physical health, because they are not eating, they are studying quite a lot, there's a lot of pressure. So if they give themselves too much pressure, then it's bound to be harmful. So what I would like to advise students is that take each day as it comes. Like what my former speaker said, there's a lot of occupational therapy that they can do, go to clubs, educational clubs as well, sporting clubs, they are out there that they can help them. And also in life, because of pressure, academic pressures, they should be realistic in setting their goals and prioritizing what tasks need to be done and to avoid feeling overwhelmed, because sometimes they feel overwhelmed because they haven't been studying and now the exam is near. So they need to sit down, set realistic goals, and then they shouldn't hesitate as well to seek help from friends, to seek help from people who are within their circle, their family, or mental health professionals, and they should be open up and speak about it. If someone has got mental health issues, they should talk about it, because if you keep it bottled in, that's when you harm yourself physically, or you end up doing things that are not good. And then also they need also to take breaks and engage in activities that they enjoy. For example, what the former speaker was saying, and they shouldn't, especially with peer pressure. I know that our students are facing a lot of peer pressure. You don't have this iPad, you don't have a boyfriend, you don't have a girlfriend. There are so many pressures in the world. They should not compare themselves to others and focus on their own progress and goals. And then also, if there's a lot of pressure, academic pressure, they should also take advantages of the resources that the colleges, that the schools offer, remediation, there's tutoring. And also, if you feel that you are under pressure, in some schools as well, they do have counselors. Make use of those counselors. Don't be afraid. You are not alone in this world. And then they can also have academic advisors if it is in a college or university. And then in the community that they are living in, they need to find a supportive community or a group on a campus whom they share the same likes to connect with. Thank you so much for that question.
Thank you
I
very
hope
much,
I've done.
Patricia. Thank you so much. That was quite expansive and more explanatory. Thank you very much. I really key into what you said about it, what you mentioned about goal setting, that students should learn to set realistic goals, and then take each day as it comes. And of course, I think Merit also mentioned something like that when she was speaking too, that students should learn to set realistic goals. I like to quickly check on those who are live with us. Elisha Nwankwo, amazing and quite insightful program. Thank you very much, Elisha, for joining us. Abraham, we see you. Thank you very much for joining us. Elisha Nwankwo is here with us. Augustine Amos Ogu also is live with us. Thank you very much for joining. He says the program is quite inspiring. We see your love. We love you with the same energy. All right, so I'm coming back to Merit again. So Merit, I would like you to also tell us something about how you believe, how you think students can maintain their mental health in college. You know, we've talked about how they can deal with the pressure of school, and in a way, you would agree with me that the pressure they go through in schools actually have something to do with their mental health. It either has a positive effect on their mental health or a negative effect on their mental health. In most cases, it usually has a negative effect on their mental health. When the pressure is too much, you know, depression can set in, suicide tendencies, you know, they can become isolated, stop relating with their peers. They can't, most of the time, they isolate themselves, they don't do the things that they're supposed to do again and all that. So a lot of things just change. There is this psychological shift in young people when they're dealing with so much pressure, especially in schools. So how, in the face of all this pressure, how do you think they can maintain their mental health even in the face of the pressure?
Thank you very much for that question, Ma. I would like to start by saying that our mental health is as important as our physical health, and vice versa.
Yeah,
People should learn how. Thank you, Ma. Young people should learn how to make their mental health a priority. Most young people do not even believe that mental health is that important. Most of them have wrong information about mental health. So I'm here telling you tonight that your mental health is as important as your physical health, and you should make it a priority. So in order to maintain a healthy mental health in college, number one tip is, when you're feeling stressed, speak up. Speak up if you're feeling stressed. You should be willing to talk about it. Most times, young people, have a lot of things going on in their mind. They are dealing with emotions from home, academic stress, and all of that, and they are not willing to share with people. I understand you might want to feel like you don't have anyone you trust, enough to share what you're passing through. But you should be able to find support in friends. Speak up when you're feeling stressed. Be willing to share what you're passing through at the moment. Then number two, I would like to say, have fun doing what you love doing. Most times we just focus on the bad side of life, and we tend to forget that we need to have fun as well. We focus on what is not working, and we feel we don't even feel thankful for what is working at the moment. So most times young people need to learn how to forget about the worries, and just focus on the moment, focus on what is working, and enjoy life in gratitude, and be thankful always for what you have, for what is working for you, and you worry less about what is not working. Then thirdly, I would still like to talk about exercise. Keep active. Young people need to learn how to stay active through exercising. You don't necessarily have to hit the gym. A simple walk from your hostel to your classroom, it's a mix of you exercising your body. You can perform yoga. And thirdly, I would like to say, know when to take a break. Know when to take a break. This is very, very important. Most times we want to achieve everything. We keep trying, even when it means us, turning around the circle. We want to keep doing it, keep doing it, even when we are not achieving results. It's okay to take a break. Young people should know how and when to take a break. In order to maintain a healthy mental health in colleges, you need to learn how to take a break when necessary. Lastly, I would like to say, volunteer your time. volunteer your time. Volunteering can positively positively impact your life as well as those you volunteer for. For example, I was sharing earlier with you how volunteering for GYMHA has, helped me positively. So when you volunteer your time, you volunteer for things you love to do, it brings about positive impact to your life. And you need to set realistic expectation. If you want to keep your mental health in check, you need to be intentional about setting your goals. Set realistic goals. Stop trying to be perfect. You don't need to figure it all right. Just set realistic goals and achieve it one step at a time. Thank you very much, ma.
Thank you very much, Merit. You've really spoken well. You made mention of volunteering, and at this point, I like to quickly chip in that people who are watching who are not yet part of GYMHA can actually still volunteer with us at GYMHA, because we need more people to carry on with the sensitization of mental health among young people and in the society at large, because you can actually volunteer for something you love, just like Mary said. And this goes a long way in helping you to actually maintain a good mental health state. When you do something you love, there is this fulfillment that actually comes with doing your passion, doing something you love. When you enjoy what you do, there is this fulfillment that comes with it, and that fulfillment actually gives you mental stability in a way also. So indeed, you're really spoken well. So I want to quickly take us back to this point about setting realistic goals and not comparing oneself with others. I can see a comment from Elisha Nwankwo saying that I totally agree with you, Patricia. Setting realistic goals is a key. Many set unachievable goals, and no comparing oneself with others means a lot. That will reduce pressure and make them concentrate. So, Patricia, that this thing you are Patricia, are you still there with us, please? Hello, Patricia, are you there? Okay, so I think Patricia is not there. So let me still Merit, that there is this thing with young people wanting to compare themselves with others, right? Especially, okay, Patricia, are you there? Hello? Okay, I think network is being a little bit cranky there. Okay, so but Merit, can you hear me, please?
Yes, ma, I can hear you.
Okay, all right. So I think Patricia is trying to. Patricia, please unmute yourself, unmute your device if you are muted, so that you can respond. Can you please say something? Okay, I can't hear her there, so I think it's network ish. So, Mary's, like I was saying, there's this thing with young people wanting to follow trend, right? We see that in Nigeria a lot. Young people want to follow trend. Oh, there is this trend on social media. We all have to be part of it. They want to follow trend of fashion. They want to compare themselves with others. Oh, my classmate wears this. I have to wear that kind of a thing. My classmate has this kind of hair, I must buy that kind of hair too, and all that. They want to compare themselves, they want to do what others are doing, and when it gets to that point where they can't really meet up and measure up to others, it gives them this psychological breakdown. It makes them have imbalanced mental health. So what advice do you have for young people that want to follow trend, in that aspect, wanting to be like others, like,
Thank you very much, ma. Thank you very much, ma. This happens a lot in Nigeria. But like I used to
Yeah,
tell
in
people,
fact, it's a common thing in campuses, and that actually makes them make a lot of mistakes, you know.
exactly, exactly. Like I tell people, you are enough. You are
Mm-hmm.
enough. You're the best version of yourself. Stop trying to fit in. Stop trying to compete. Stop trying to compare yourself. The funniest thing is the person you wish you be like actually has this trait that he or she sees in you and they
Mm,
admire as well. So I tell people you need to set standard for yourself. And these things comes with low self-esteem. What actually makes people to
mm,
stop
that's true.
low self-esteem? So when you see someone with high self-esteem, they feel like they're enough for themselves. They're the best version of themselves. And self-love too matters. When you love yourself for who you are, no matter what you see in others, you appreciate yourself first. And the funniest thing is you keep wanting to be like another person, not knowing that this person too admires something in you. But because you're so deal with what that person is and what you don't have, you don't know that you have enough qualities in yourself to make you stand out. So my advice to young people out there, trying to compete and trying to, measure up, you are enough. You are enough. You are the best version of yourself. So just believe in yourself, believe in your abilities, believe in what you are able to do, and love yourself for who you are. And the sky is just
Oh my God, let me clap for that point. You are enough. Love yourself for who you are. I believe this message is for someone this evening. Like, if you're listening to this and you are alone, please, I want you to go and invite your colleagues, your friends to come listen to this. This is a very important message that you need to sleep with tonight and wake up with it again tomorrow morning. Yeah, sincerely, you are enough. You need to work on your self-esteem, create a standard for yourself, and don't allow another person to determine how you live your own life. When these things actually come with confidence, when you have enough confidence in yourself and you help you to be able to live your life. We take this comment from Bowell Jonathan. Bowell Jonathan says, don't allow others to tailor your life. Be your own designer. Tailor your life. Yeah, very great point there. Tailor your life. Thank you very much, Jonathan, for dropping that very nice nugget. Tailor your life is very important. And of course, we have the GYMHA registration link. If you would like to volunteer with GYMHA, it's very important for you to register with that link so that you can be part of us and do something for the society in the field of mental health. Thank you so much. Patricia, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, very loud and clear.
Okay,
All
all
right,
right.
so this question is for you. Colleges, most times, students are projects, classwork, and they still have to read for exams and everything. It gives them little or no time for themselves. It gives them little or no time for extracurricular activities. It gives them little or no time for them to even be able to unwind and relax, for them to have this stable mental health. So I would like you to give young people, students, some tips on how they can manage their time. How can students manage their time? So I want you to give some tips on time management for students in college, for them to be able to maintain a proper mental health.
All right. Thank you. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, please, I can.
All right. Just like the former speaker said, and like I said, that with students, I know that they leave things until it is too late. I'm going to do my assignment. I think it's 2 days away. I'm going to do it. So with students, I advise them to not to avoid procrastinating, and they should also make sure that they have got what we call a planner, so that they can also stay organized. Have a planner in your room, write down that this assignment is due when should I do it by then. Give yourself enough time not to pressurize yourself. And then prioritizing which tasks are going to come in first. I know sometimes you want to do the simple thing first, but yet that difficult assignment is the one that needs to be done early. And if you find that you didn't understand the assignment, you didn't understand, you have friends here nearby, you've got your lecturers, you've got your teachers nearby whom you can ask, so that it becomes easy for you to tackle the task. And sometimes as students, I know that we need to, sometimes friends will say, let's go out. Sometimes you need to learn to say no, especially to unnecessary commitments that are going to affect your assignments or your schoolwork. And then sometimes, like I said, there are so many management time management tools that you can use, and then you use your downtime effectively, especially by studying, completing smaller tasks, or engaging in self-care activities. And then sometimes we need to learn to eliminate, or we need to minimize distractions. They come in different forms. Your friends can say, let's go and watch a movie. Minimize those distractions. But the one that has affected most of us, even adults as well, it's social media. Sometimes you want to be on Snapchat whilst others are writing assignments. You want to be on TikTok. You want to be on Instagram. Minimize social media or Facebook. If you are using it, use it wisely for research and for study. And also minimize distractions like television during study time. You need to find a quiet place where you need to do your homework. So you need to minimize all those distractions that may affect your assignments. And please don't procrastinate. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Patricia. Don't procrastinate. That's a very good one there. And I think these tips on time management is actually for everybody, not just for students. The fact that people procrastinate, that doesn't happen to students only. Even adults, career men and women, family men and women, everybody at some point tend to procrastinate, and we all need this tips on time management. We all need to learn how to manage our time so that our life can be more organized. And if our life is not very well organized, that can actually affect our mental health. So, like Patricia already said, there are so many distractions for students. Social media is there. Some friends want to go party and they want you to come along. Some want to go drinking, they want to go play games and all that, and they want you to be part of it. If you are not disciplined enough, if you don't learn time management, you will see yourself being everywhere, doing everything, and then not being able to really organize your life very well. And if you don't organize yourself well, it can affect your mental health, because it will put so much pressure on you because you're trying to do too many things at the same time. So learn to manage your time by not procrastinating, by organizing. In fact, to add to what Patricia has even said, you can actually learn to make plans and write out your schedule, or what I call to-do list. To do in your to-do list as a student, the time you want to read, the time you want to write your assignments, the time you want to go out for extracurricular activity like club meetings, exercising, even the time you want to sleep or eat can actually be in your to-do list for the day, just so you can be more organized and you'll be able to do more productive things in a day. And every day, if you can carry on with very good time management skills like that, your life will be well managed and your mental health will be a lot more balance. So let's take some comment from those who are online with us. I still have Elisha Nwankwo there. Thank you very much. I love that extract. Love yourself for who you are. Thank you, Elisha, for staying tuned with us. And I still have something from Jonathan. Time management is actually life management. Everyone needs skills on time management. Exactly my point when I said that everyone needs to learn the tips about time management, because time management is not just for students only. So Jonathan has helped to buttress that. Thank you very much, Jonathan. And Jonathan also says that students plan their activities and should avoid procrastination. Exactly what Patricia also mentioned earlier. Thank you so much. And Elisha says again that Jonathan, exactly, sir, you are correct. Okay, so he's buttressing what Jonathan, or affirming what Jonathan has mentioned earlier. So welcome back. You joined us before you. If you want to really have a balanced mental health, you need to have a balanced life. And just like Jonathan said, time management is life management. So if students don't learn to manage their time well, their life might not be so balanced, they will not be able to manage that, and a lot of things can actually really go wrong. So would you like to say something about time management before we move on to the next question? Merit, would you like to add up some tips to time management?
Okay, thank you very much, Ma. Thank you very much for that
Yeah.
question. Sorry, my network was bad earlier. Okay,
Yeah, I
time
understand.
management is very, very important. And like some of our viewers said, that time management is life management. Time is of the essence. So in order to manage our time properly, we need to, set smart goals. And when I say smart, it means specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound goals. So when you set goals, you need to apply deadlines to your goals. Is it a goal you want to achieve on a daily basis or on a weekly basis? This will help you, stay in track in order to help you effectively manage your time. And then another thing is you need to create your schedule. You need to create your schedule. We don't just live life as it comes. We don't just stand up and do things whenever you feel like. You need to plan your day-to-day activities. You need to plan your meal, the time you go out, the time you spend in meditating, the time you spend in hanging out with friends, the time you devote to your schoolwork, and as well as your social activities. When you create a daily and weekly schedule on how you spend your activities, it helps you stay in track and it helps you manage your time effectively. And lastly, I would like to talk about use your checklist. Most times we create schedule and we don't use our checklist to see if we're actually following what we've set for ourselves. So you need to create a checklist to see if we are actually in line with the schedule you've made for yourself. And I would also like to talk about procrastination. Procrastination is fun when you're doing it. Procrastination is actually very fun when you're doing it. Most times when we want to do something, I feel like, oh, I'll do it some other time. You feel this joy, like, okay, I've successfully shifted this activity for another day. But the results will actually bounce back on you. When you're trying to beat the time, and when you're trying to, do that thing you ought to have done at the right time, and you're trying to do things at meet deadlines for, coursework and so many other activities. So we need to avoid procrastination. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you very much, Merit. Wow, that's so nice. Speaking of goal setting, it is very important to learn to set goals for yourself if you're trying to manage your time. Like you said, your goals should be realistic, achievable, and time bound. You should be able to set a particular time you want to achieve your goal. So when you create deadlines, when you create deadlines for your goals, you'll be able to evaluate yourself and see if you have achieved it or not. And of course, talking about checklists, wow, that's a very nice point that I really feel into. Thank you very much. Um, Femi Afolabi is here. Femi Afolabi says, if this can be considered by the government in every nation, it will help. Okay, thank you, Femi, for that point. But you might want to, I would like Femi to actually buttress what he means, like if this can be considered by the government. I don't know what he's really talking about. What should be considered by the government? So, Femi, if you're watching this, would like you to say something more about what you believe government should consider to help the mental health status of the young people in society today. We also have Precious Today. If she says very correct, okay, she's affirming what our panelists have said so far. All right, Patricia, coming back to you. I would like to quickly ask this question. How can a student stay healthy in college?
Sorry, I didn't hear this feedback. There's a lot of feedback. Maybe someone has got two devices.
Okay, the question is, how can a student stay healthy in college?
Yeah, I can't hear, sorry. Can't you type it?
Okay, I think she has network there. Please, if any of you, Patricia or Melvin, if any of you has an extra device beside you watching this, please can you take that device far from you because it's disrupting the network from there, and that's why we're having double audio.
It's now okay. You can say the question.
I suspected an extra device watching this live video around you there. All right, so Patricia, you can hear me very loud and clear now. So how do you think students can maintain a good health in college, even with all the busy puzzle of college and the likes? How can they still maintain a healthy lifestyle?
Yeah, students can maintain, so thanks for the question. Students can maintain a healthy lifestyle in college by making sure that they eat healthy, a balanced diet. It's all time, stay hydrated. And then I think the most cause of not having a balanced diet or eating at the right time is because of the pressure that I haven't done my work. I have to make sure that you give yourself time to eat. When it is lunchtime, give yourself time to go and eat and make sure that you eat properly. Exercising is usually regularly. If at a college there's a gym, they need to go and exercise regularly. And like what my co-speaker said, getting enough sleep sometimes because of the pressures of work. Some people do not sleep. They even take those energy drinks because they want to work, to do their work. Why? Because they didn't manage their time enough. If you manage your time enough, and like what the co-speaker said, making sure you've got realistic goals, smart goals, make sure that you
Okay, so I think my two speakers had to go off there because of network. So the question was how students can maintain a healthy lifestyle, how they can still stay healthy. And Patricia was giving us some points about eating balanced diets, being able to eat well and the likes. Okay, Merit, welcome back. I think network took you off for a few minutes. Patricia is off also. Merit, are you there? Can you hear me okay? The network is off from their end again. All right, so from my own point of view, from my own point of view, I believe that students can actually still maintain a healthy lifestyle, by eating adequate diet, like Patricia mentioned earlier. When you eat adequate diet and sleep and rest, take enough rest, even with all the busy schedule in schoolwork and everything, you can actually still create some time to rest, some time, so that you can maintain a healthy lifestyle. Because if you are not healthy, you will not even be able to cope with the school stress. You will not be able to cope with the activities of schooling if you're not healthy. So you need to sleep and rest. You need to take enough water, fluid. Hydrating yourself regularly is very important, because if you don't have enough fluid in your system, it could break you down. It could break down your immune system, So you need to take enough vitamins also, and you can get these vitamin sources from natural sources, from fruits and vegetables, taking enough fruits and vegetables. All right, Patricia, you're welcome back. So
Yes.
you can continue from what you were saying earlier. I was just helping out.
Okay. Thank you. Like I said, that our students sometimes they do not find enough sleep because they've left doing their work on time. So what happens
True.
now is that they start taking pills or energy drinks to make them
Mm.
awake. That's where
Yeah,
most of
to keep them
our
away.
drug problems start from that, because now they are taking drugs and they become used to them. So I would like to advise our students that they should avoid taking those drugs, because the moment you say today I'm not going to take that in anti-sleeping tablet, the next time you are doubling the dose, the next time you are tripling, it's treble the dose. So they should avoid by all means taking drugs, because this problem of drugs is there now at our colleges, at our universities, and it starts very small until up to a point that someone cannot do even his or her work because they didn't take that drug. So please make sure that you do your things on time and avoid the pressures of taking drugs, because they are going to affect your mental health. We have lost quite a number of students because of drugs, substance abuse. So this is my advice to our students, that avoid those energy drinks, do your things on time. And self-care is very, very important. Make sure that you also
Drugs.
do that self-care as
Yeah,
a
true.
student.
We've lost quite.
Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh my goodness. Hello?
Okay, so I want to believe that Merit, can you hear me? Okay, I'm seeing myself again. All right. So, Patricia said something about students wanting to go into drugs in order to cope with the stress. Yeah, Patricia, can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so sorry, network keeps taking us in and out and all that, but I think we can still cope with it and manage with it. So about what you said about drug abuse, substance abuse, drug misuse, and the likes, it is quite a serious menace in campuses today among young people. Young people tend to go into drugs just to cope with the pressure of school, pressure of life, because they believe that can help out. And in the real sense, going into drugs, taking drugs to cope with the pressure is actually a very bad decision to make. But the problem is they have all these friends who influence them into these things. In fact,
Hello.
about 70% of mental health issues among young people is caused by drug substance abuse. So you see young people going into drugs, trying becoming alcohol addicts, getting addicted to all these heroin, cocaine, different things. They have a lot of brands of these things that they take these days. And even the simplest of energy drinks sometimes is bad for them, because you don't have to stimulate yourself to do something. You should learn to cope with the situation.
Hello, can you hear me?
To stay awake. Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear me too?
Yes.
Yeah. So taking all these substances to cope, to stay awake, to stay agile, to stay active, actually causes more harm than good in them. So Merit, I would like you to also say something about drug and substance abuse among young people, how it has been affecting their mental health so far.
Thank you very much, Ma, for that question. It's very common among young people, to use substance use, to tends to like use it to cope with life pressures and stress. And many a times I tell them, you take this substance use with the aim of, I don't want to think about this thing I'm passing through at the moment. At long run, after recovering from it, you still come back and meet that you're trying to avoid. So it's very common in colleges among young people. They tend to use it to stay awake to read. Yeah, we had that in colleges, most especially in Nigeria. You see people taking drugs like tramadol. They will tell you that it gives you strength, it makes you stay awake and all of that, and it makes you agile. Even people use it to work. In an area where I served in Nigeria, young
Mm,
people, you see teenagers using this drug for farm work. And I asked them, why do you have to like engage yourself in substance use? And they tell you that it makes them agile, it
mm,
makes them work hard and all of that. And this substance use actually have a lot of harm it does to the body than the good itself. In fact, I see no good in it myself. It has a lot of harm it does to the body. Most people get addicted to this substance use. Most people will not even eat, but the little money they have at hand, they tend to like they feel happy buying these drugs because they feel like they derive pleasure in taking this substance use. So to every young person out there, watching us tonight, substance use is not the best option to do with life stressors. You need to look for other legal means and form ways of easing yourself of stress and anxiety. Substance use have a lot of harm it does to the body. It has a lot of harm it does to the body. It can damage your physical health. And you get addicted to these things. And these things tends to like control your life. And when substance use or all these hard drugs tends to control your life, you have no control over your life. You can't achieve that dreams that you set for yourself. You can't even achieve that activities that you tend to like use these things for. So say no to drug abuse, say no to substance use, and maintain a healthy lifestyle. Thank you.
Yeah, I agree with you totally. Say no to substance abuse, say no to drug use, and maintain a healthy lifestyle. The thing is, most of them don't, in fact, they get carried away by the use of this substance and they don't know when they become addicted. Most of them don't know. In fact, sometimes it starts like child's play. You complain so much about the stress, and then your friend just tells you, oh, take this thing. When you take it, it makes you feel better, and when you take it, your eyes will shine. When your eyes shine, you have more power, and then you can be able to read very well. And the likes, they convince you with juicy reasons, very nice reasons, and you see the advantages, and then you think that it's just going to be a one-time use, right? So once you take it once and you see the way it makes you feel, you want to indulge again another time, you want to indulge again another time, and it goes on and on and on like that. And before you know what is happening, you are hooked. Like, you become addicted. And then one of the things with the addiction is them not being able to use that money for anything productive anymore. Like you said, Merit, you said it, that some of them don't even eat. The money they're supposed to use to eat, some of them will use the money they're supposed to buy textbooks, the money they're supposed to use to pay for their fees, school fees. Sometimes I have heard of a student who spent his school fees on drugs. His father gave him his school fees to pay in school, and he actually spent all on drugs because he was an addict. So they end up just wasting their life away until help just comes from somewhere, anyhow, somehow. Now let's look at some comments again. Jonathan is still there saying your health can't be different from what you take. Yeah, your health can't be different from what you take. So what you take is your health. So what you take affects your health either positively or negatively. And of course, there is this saying about your food being your medicine instead of your medicine being your food. So you have to be very careful with what goes into your mouth. Thank you very much, Jonathan. And I also have a comment from Olugbemi Mojisola Mayowa. Very true, ma'am. Many young people indulge in substance abuse to cope with life pressures, but it does more harm to them. Very true. That's success. It does more harm to them. Thank you very much, Mojisola, for that very nice comment there, affirming what we've been saying so far. So I just want us to take this question before we wrap up again. How can I stay healthy in college with taking that? What are some tips for balancing school life and life? What are some tips on balancing school and life? There should be a way students can actually balance their personal life and then the school life. It's just like the way we want to help adults balance their personal life and their career life also. So in school, for students, the school life is like their career at that time, and it takes most of their life. So how can they still get a life outside school work? How can they balance school life and their personal life without them having to muddle things up, without them having to go into drugs to be able to cope with the pressure? Merit, I'd like you to go first, then I'll also take Patricia to answer that question also after you.
All right, Ma, thank you very much for that question. Staying healthy for students will lead to college success. And, for adults, for young people, balancing school and work life, will help them maximize their potentials. And in spite all of these tips we're going to be sharing with us tonight, I want us to know that we need to be intentional about life.
Mm,
Regardless of all the tips that we're going to be putting into practice, we need to be intentional about practicing those tips. We need to be intentional about managing our time. Time management. Time is of the essence. We need to be intentional about time management. Time management is a key component in balancing school and life. It is an essential skill that will help us concentrate on an effort and what is more important. When we're able to manage time effectively, be able to, it will keep us in track, be able to weigh our achievements and that which we are yet to achieve and would love to achieve at long run. So in managing our time effectively into balancing life and schoolwork, we need to plan our schedule. It is what we've been discussing since. These are some of the tips we've actually been discussing since. That was why I said we need to be intentional about all these tips. Most times, especially in Nigeria, we find it difficult to plan our schedule. So we need to be intentional in planning our schedule. We should make a weekly to-do. These are things I want to achieve this week. These are areas I want to focus on. And, we should set goals and deadline for projects. Most times we have a lot of things we want to achieve and we don't have deadline for those projects. I know we keep on and on and on talking about the projects we want to achieve. So we need to set goals and deadline for projects. And we should assess the amount of time we waste on things that are not important. Most times in the process of taking break, we tend to waste time on things that are not important. So we need to access the amount of time that we waste on things that are not important. It will help us, stay in track to balance our life and school, our school and life activities. Lastly, I would like to talk about getting organized. Most times we don't even get organized about anything. We just want to do things as it comes. We don't plan ahead for things. We just want to rush into doing things. The more you rush into doing things, the more you get stressed about doing things you're supposed to have fun doing. But when you're not organized, you not have fun doing such activities. So in balancing school and life, we need to really get organized. And we need to maintain a healthy lifestyle. We need to maintain a healthy lifestyle. It goes down from what we eat to what we drink to the amount of exercise we perform in a week and to even practicing mindfulness. And there's a saying that says you are what you eat. What we
there was
eat goes a long way into staying healthy and into balancing school and life. And most importantly, we need to devote time for hobbies. Most times, especially in the part of the world where I am, we work so hard that we forget to have fun. It's okay
mm,
to have fun.
true.
Take that break to have fun. You need to, practice self-love. So you need to devote time to do that thing that you love doing most. If it's to read a non-academic book, you really put in so much effort to work hard. So you need to have fun as well. Hang out with friends, listen to music, watch movies, play games with friends, and do that which you love doing most. Thank you very much, Ma.
Thank you very much, Mary. Thank you so much. That's very nice, and we've learned a lot from you so far. So, Patricia, over to you. How do you think students can maintain their school life and their personal life? How can they balance things off?
Okay, thank you. Balancing life and college life sometimes can be very challenging because college life can affect student life can affect your life at home, or your life at home can also affect your student life. So I think it is very important that you are taking care of your physical health, your mental health, maybe also working towards your academic goals. What I mean is, for example, if a child is coming from home where there's violence, where there's being shouted at, or that is going to affect life. But as a student, you know that you should ask for help when it is needed. So what you should do as a student, when you go into the school, make sure that's why there are timetables. Make sure that you only create. We have discussed some of this, but I think you need to make a schedule, including all your classes, all your study time, all your extracurricular activities, and also time to go out there and refresh, and personal time as well. You need it. This will help you stay organized, like what Mary said, and ensure that you are all allocating enough time for each activity. Then you need to prioritize your task. Go and read about the Pareto principle. Go and you need to prioritize your task. Identify those tasks that are most important, that you need to complete each day, and prioritize them accordingly. This will help you maybe to stay focused and avoid feeling sometimes overwhelmed. Then take care of your health. Make sure that you have enough sleep, healthy diet, exercise regularly, and these habits will help you to stay energized, staying focused throughout the day. And then you need to manage your stress. There are so many stress things that trigger stress. So make sure that college life, I know that it can be stressful. So it is very important that you have coping mechanisms in place to manage your stress. You know what triggers your stress, and you should know how to overcome the stress. For example, what Mary said, there are gyms at college. Sometimes you need to go and do some exercises, some yoga, some meditation. Maybe you need to go and talk to a counselor. You need to talk to the student advisor. You need to go and talk to a therapist. There's time for that. And then lastly, as a student, I think you need also to stay connected to your family members. Make time to connect with your family as well. Make time to connect with your friends. Discuss about life, discuss about college life, discuss about academic life as well. This will help you maintain a healthy support system when you're down. Sometimes you should know that it is okay not to be okay, and you should learn how to plan, because some authors say failing to plan is planning to fail. So make sure that you maintain a healthy support system and reduce feelings of isolation. If you feel that I'm in distress, I'm in stress, you have got the support systems, your friends, your family. You have someone whom you are very close to, whom you can talk to. And remember that as students, everyone's balance will look different. And so it is important to find what works best for you. Don't be afraid to experiment with different strategies until you find what works best for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Indeed, don't be afraid to experiment and find what works best for you. So, on a final note, because we're rounding up this live session very shortly, on a final note to everyone watching us and people who are still going to watch us after now, because this video is going to be on our Facebook Live, and you on our Facebook page, you can always go back and revisit it anytime. So on a final note, Merit, I would like you to give an advice to young people in campuses out there. What's your advice to them on mental health, on time management, on how they can manage their life generally? What's your last word of advice to those watching us out there and to students?
Thank you very much, Ma. To all our viewers watching us out there, to every young people in college, I would like to tell you that regardless of what you are going through, you are not alone. You are not alone. There are a lot of people experiencing what you are passing through at the moment. And don't be afraid to seek for help. We at Global Youth Mental Health Awareness, we are willing to help you at any time. We are a community of people that provide a safe space where everyone, everywhere can turn to someone for their mental health. So go out there to fulfill all your dreams and aspirations. Don't feel less of yourself. Love yourself. Manage your time wisely. Set smart goals and watch your dream come true. And don't forget that GYMHA is here to help you. And to connect with GYMHA, you can visit us at www.globalyouthmentalhealthawareness.org or you inbox jude@gymha.org. Thank you very much. Stay healthy and stay blessed always.
Thank you very much, Merit. Thank you so much. Patricia, what's the last word of advice before we leave?
I would like to say to our students that yes, we are on a journey, but you should know your why, you should know your purpose. Sometimes I know that our life can be very stressful, but I want to tell you today that believe in yourself and your abilities, surround yourself with positive influences, and you need a positive mindset in all the times. And remember that failure is not the opposite of success, it's part of a journey towards success. And we need to live in the present moment and appreciate the journey that you have as a student, because life is not only about achieving goals, it's about enjoying the process and the people you meet along the way. So go out there and students and chase your dreams and believe in yourself, take actions and never give up. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Patricia. Thank you so much. And from me, I am saying that you should love yourself more. Self-love is very, very important. You cannot give love to someone else if you don't love yourself anyways. And when you love yourself, you will learn to make the right choices for yourself. So self-love is very important. Maintain your health and ensure that you talk to someone. Yeah, I think the three of us have been able to say that so far. Talk to someone, reach out to someone you can talk to if you feel so pressured and it seems as if you can't take it anymore. Talking to someone, sharing your struggles with someone who will encourage you is way better than going into substance abuse, is way better than making mistakes, is way better than even dropping off from school, dropping out of school rather. It's talking to someone is way better because we are here to encourage you. I want to say a very big thank you to everyone who joined us. Elisha Wankwa, thank you very much. We also had Augustine Amos Ugu. Thank you so much, Augustine, for joining. We also had Jonathan, thank you. Also, we had Femi Afolabi, thank you. Precious Chidubube, thank you very much for joining us. And Moji Sola, thank you very much. Jonathan, thank you. And of course, to my very knowledgeable and, oh my God, very, very articulate panelist, Patricia from Zimbabwe. Thank you so much for sharing all these wonderful insights with us. You really outdid yourself today. Thank you so much. God bless you for teaching us today. And I have learned a lot from you. I know that all our viewers have also learned a lot. Thank you for being part of this program today, Patricia.
Thank you.
All right. And also Merit Lawal from Nigeria. Wow. This is one young person I have seen who sounds so vibrant, knowledgeable, and knows what she's saying. Like, seriously, I am so proud of you, Merit. Thank you so much for being a voice for the young generation. Thank you for being a voice for GYMHA. You know, you are a volunteer in GYMHA, and we see your work. You're doing wonderfully. Thank you so much, Merit, for being part of this panel discussion tonight.
Thank you very much, man. Thank you for having me on the show tonight.
You're welcome. And to the all the crew and team members of GYMHA Global Youth Mental Health Awareness, we appreciate you for creating this platform where youth can actually learn and unlearn, where we can actually be a voice for this generation, where we can help people with their mental health, and we can help young people to be able to maintain an adequate mental health. And also, I would like you to know that you can click the link provided in the comment section. You know, a link was shared earlier. If you would like to volunteer with us at GYMHA, please click that link to register to become a volunteer. We need more voices. We need more people in the army. We need more people in GYMHA army, yeah, to add up to the workforce, to keep the message going. And of course, share this live broadcast, share this live video, share it, keep sharing it, so that all your friends can also watch it, your contact can watch it and learn some more. You can follow us on all our social media handles: Global Youth Mental Health Awareness on Instagram, on Facebook. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also follow us on LinkedIn. So follow us on all social media platforms and be part of this progress that is happening in global youth mental health awareness. So till we come to your way again for the next episode of this live show, you know, in the next 2 weeks, of course. My name is Mary Ozuruonye Agholor. You can call me Roya the Radio Diva, and I'm also still going to be your moderator and your host for that day. So till then, I want to say bye for now. Thank you, and keep loving yourself, because self-love is very, very important. Bye. Bye, everybody.